Roll Tide, roll tide, roll tide. The Tennessee Volunteers came into Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saban Field and caught a L. And I know they ain't got nothing but tears. Welcome back to Crimson Watch, where we watch the Tide roll. I'm your host, Kara Witt. And of course, do what I need y'all to do. Go ahead and like this video. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe so you can come back here and hear all the trash talk. Also, don't forget, I wrote a book. I wrote a book this year. And I would really appreciate it if you can go on Amazon right now, purchase it. It ain't even that much money. Right now, it's called Healing Cost Me Everything. I went to therapy and I finished therapy. And most people, you don't even hear about finishing therapy. I finished therapy and I'm telling you all about it in this book. But we're done with that. Let's talk about some Alabama football. Alabama beat Tennessee this weekend. There ain't no surprise. I already told y'all last week we weren't losing no more games, and Tennessee wasn't going to be no different. I said that Tennessee was going to be the most challenging team that we have faced thus far because they like to spread the defense out, they like to go fast, and they are a high-power offense. I believe they were first in the country when it came to offense, scoring offenses. So I think that the defense did a really good job. We are hard on Womack. We are really hard on him. But I think he is starting to hear all the complaining. And speaking of complaining works. I know y'all saw Jaden Roberts out there, right? I know y'all saw Michael Carroll out there, right? That's right. And we ended up scoring more points than Ty didn't get sacked one time. Bullying works, okay? Let's go ahead and look at the stats right here. Now, the score was 37-20. I'm really glad that Alabama was actually able to put up some points this time. I was concerned because we hadn't really been putting up points against these tougher ranked opponents. So I was really glad to see that we could, at least put up 37 points. I would have liked for it to be 42, but to hold the high power offense to 20 points, that's outstanding. So Alabama got 23 first downs. Tennessee got 27, which is, not surprising. Third down efficiency. We weren't as good on third downs. We only got 5 out of 11. They got 5 out of 13, but the 5 that we got came in critical moments. And, we did what we needed to do with it. Total yards is 410 yards to 373. Now, that might look like Alabama, we got torched. And in the run game, we did. However, a lot of those yards came at the end of the game when Tennessee, we was really just giving up everything. On the fourth quarter, we were just giving them what they wanted, trying not to let them score, and they didn't. So, that 410 yards, yeah, that looked bad, but it was garbage time. Alabama had 373 total yards. Passing yards was pretty much dead even, 268, 253. Aguilar and Ty, their stats looked very similar coming into the game, except Aguilar had 5 picks and Ty only had 1. So I already knew that was going to be a factor. I knew Aguilar was going to cough it up at least one time. And he did. Xavier Brown running that ball back. Listen, I heard it on my TV that stadium was loud. I can only imagine what it sounded like to those of you who went to the game because you couldn't even hear the commentators. Y'all was so loud. And I heard a lot of people saying that was the loudest they ever heard Bryant-Denny. And I think that's what changed the trajectory of the game. I think the Tennessee Volunteers were defeated when that happened. Even though they kept fighting in the second half, I think when something like that happens right before half, you kind of know, you see the writings on the wall. Rushing. So this game, we end up getting 120 yards rushing, getting over 100 yards. I think that's decent. We have been consistent in getting over 100 yards rushing, playing these ranked teams. And I think it's going to get better from here. Daniel Hill, keep him in the game. Keep him in the game. I love Jam Miller, but I don't know if the injury has made him a little, made him a little different. But Daniel Hill is a hard runner. He knows how to bounce to the sides. He doesn't just always go up the middle. Jam seems to only wants to go in the middle. And you almost have to make him bounce on the outside. I don't know what it is. Jam is a hard runner. The run game has improved since he has been in the game. But we got to give Daniel Hill some touches. We got to let him carry that ball because he is dynamic. And they don't want to tackle that man. Look how big he is. They don't want to tackle him. Tennessee ended up getting 142 rushing yards. I don't think that's terrible. I mean, we have been allowing people to get 200 yards rushing on us. So getting them down to 142, that's good too. Penalties. Tennessee had 10 penalties for 66 yards. Alabama had 7 for 59. Again, that can be a little bit misleading because if you remember the final seconds of the fourth quarter, we ended up giving up a lot of penalties. We weren't trying to give up the big play. So we end up having a lot of pass interference in the end zone. But even still, we did not lose the penalty battle. Tennessee actually had more penalties than Alabama. So we're still doing good in penalties. Time of possession was 31:04 compared to 28:56. This game was pretty much almost even, quite frankly. I don't think there was really too much of a difference talent-wise compared to Alabama and Tennessee. But Alabama just wanted it more. Alabama was the better team. And we owed y'all for last year. This is 2 out of 3 when it comes to the revenge tour. We got Vanderbilt, we got Tennessee, and now we got to get Oklahoma. But right now, we got to focus on South Carolina. But it's revenge season. And I was very pleased with this game. I don't think there was ever a time that I thought that we were going to lose the game. This year, when I see that we are 3rd and long or 2nd and long or even on 4th down, there's never a time where I'm nervous, like I don't know what's going to happen. I am always confident that Ty is going to get that ball where it needs to be and that we are going to convert. And that's the difference from this year and last year. I'm always optimistic that Alabama is going to pull it out. This year, this offense is humming. I am enjoying watching this Alabama team go out every single week. The defense, not so much. The defense still makes me nervous. But the offense, I have confidence in. I know they're going to go out and score. Right now, I think Alabama is sitting at number 4 with Texas A&M at number 3 and Georgia sitting at number 6. Texas A&M, we don't play them, but I feel like if Alabama continues to win out, Texas A&M continues to win out, that's who we're going to see in the SEC championship. I ain't scared of nobody. Alabama don't duck no smoke. I see that Georgia's number 6. And speaking of Georgia, let's go ahead and talk about the teams that played this weekend. And a lot of teams in the top 10 dropped, okay? Starting with Miami. Listen, Carson Beck. Going Carson Beck, okay? Georgia fans tried to tell y'all Miami. They tried to tell you about him. Sid the Sloth, he threw 4 picks out there. You really threw 5, my boy. I was watching that game, and I said, if they trusting Carson to throw them into a win, that's a big risk because he ain't going to be able to do it. You put pressure on Carson, it's over with for him. So Miami took a flaming high L to Louisville. Miami always got to have a disastrous game at least once a season. Will they continue to win out? I don't know. If Carson continues to throw picks every time he's pressured, if people pick up the recipe to know how to beat Miami and that's pressure Carson, then I don't know. They might lose 2 more games. Indiana continuing to roll on. They are 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the Big Ten against Michigan State. I'm still not a believer. Y'all gonna have to do more than that to make me a believer. Indiana, I am not gonna be fooled by no Indiana. Keep showing me. Texas A&M and Arkansas, 45-42. Y'all was in the dogfight. Y'all, and they ain't even got no coach. Texas A&M. I know that y'all 7-0, but is it flaw? Are y'all pretenders? Because I know that y'all 7-0, but hey, what's really going on? How y'all struggling against Arkansas? Arkansas is 2-5 and 0-3 in the SEC right now. I don't know. Ole Miss and Georgia. Now, I thought Ole Miss was going to go down there to Athens and beat old Georgia for the 2nd year in a row. But unfortunately, old Pete Fool's Gold did it again. He can't stop a nosebleed. You know what? I'm glad Pete Golden is gone because he used to take us down through there at Alabama. Now, that's y'all problem, Mississippi, okay? Georgia, I'm still not convinced. I don't care that they number 6 in the AP poll. Georgia, y'all, you know what? Y'all got a lot of fight. I give you that. Y'all don't die. Don't nobody know how to put y'all away but Alabama. So I guess it's just hard to do. Everybody can't beat Georgia. Alabama fans wouldn't know nothing about that. Texas Tech, number 7, went down to Arizona State. Listen, pretenders. It's a lot of pretenders in the top 10. It's only a matter of time before the rest of y'all get shown that y'all are the frauds that we already know you are. LSU and Vanderbilt. LSU, you know what? I was really hoping that y'all was going to go down there and beat Diego because I'm sick of him. But you know what? I will say something. I watched Diego's interview after the game. It seemed like he done got a taste of that humble pie. They said that man, it took a week for him to get over that Alabama loss. They said that man had to go and isolate to get over losing to Alabama. And then talking about oh, we'll see them again. If Alabama went out, we'll play them again. Everybody want to play us again. Just beat us the first time. We done already whooped you. Focus on your next opponent. Don't be worried about trying to play Alabama again. Just play your game and make sure that you can beat your teams. Because I believe that y'all got Missouri next week and y'all pretty much the same on paper, okay? I don't care what you say. But I want LSU to go down there and beat Vanderbilt. But LSU, y'all going to have to get rid of that Yankee. Get rid of Brian Kelly. Send him over there to Penn State. He is not an SEC coach. I saw an interview with him today calling LSU fans spoiled. Them people that had 3 different coaches win them a national championship and won 8 grads. And you sit here trying to tell me that them folks are spoiled. Just say that you can't live up to the SEC standard. Just say that you can't coach down in the South. Just say that you are lacking and not the fans are spoiled. And you know what? I ain't even no LSU fans, as you can see. But I got to stand up for the SEC. Brian Kelly, how dare you sit up here and tell the fans that they are spoiled because they mad that y'all lost against Vanderbilt. They got a right to be spoiled. They done seen national championships. Something you don't know nothing about. You ain't even got no rings, my boy. And you got the audacity to tell somebody they spoiled LSU. If I was y'all, I don't even know if y'all got a call-in line, hey coach or something. But y'all need to be calling down there and giving Brian Kelly a piece of your mind. Because I don't know who this Yankee think he is coming down here and telling SEC fans that they are spoiled. They got a right to be spoiled. You crazy? I wish you would. I wish Coach DeBoer would come to us and tell us that we spoiled after losing that first game against Florida State. Boy, we would have had tiki torches running you up out of Tuscaloosa telling us we spoiled. But you know what, LSU, I feel sorry for you. I don't know what his buyout is, but y'all need to scrounge up some coins or something. Crack your piggy bank open and find y'all a new coach. Oklahoma beat South Carolina 26-7. Oklahoma, John Mateer, is his hand straight? Let me see. I don't even know what the stats were on that game, but South Carolina, they 3-4, 1-4 in the SEC. I definitely don't see them being a problem next week, but we don't overlook nobody. Alabama, we still rolling on. And Alabama is looking to go to them playoffs. We are not trying to have a repeat of last year. And South Carolina, you just the next person on the schedule. So I'm sorry for what's going to happen to you. Hopefully in this next game, I know it's away. And, we need to let go of that narrative, too, that Alabama plays poorly away because we done already beat 2 ranked teams on the road. Okay? So, I know this is on the road. However, I'm expecting Alabama to go out there and do the same thing that they have been doing. And I'm hoping that we can put up a lot of points so we can get our second string in there. I would like to see our backup QB. And I want to see him get some throws out, get some touchdowns out. I want to be able to sit tight in the third quarter against South Carolina. Okay? Yeah. Either way, it's always going to be roll tide. Next week, we got South Carolina, and I'm ready to play them. I'm ready to see my boys play. I'm excited. I'm so happy to be excited by Alabama football again. Isn't it wonderful? Anyway, make sure that y'all give me a thumbs up. Like this channel, okay? Subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget, I got my book out. Go and check it out. It's on Amazon right now. You can get the ebook. Have it right on your phone, okay? See y'all next week when we battle South Carolina. Roll Tide.